Hey guys, it's the Chad, your C10 truck nerd. Today, I want to talk to you about the inner grills that came in a 1971 or 2 Chevy C10, 20, 30 truck, or also the Chevy Blazer. Now these inner grills were made of plastic, and after about 50 plus years of wear and tear on our roadways, they were prone to break or crack. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys for about 15 bucks how you can go through and repair or restore one of these to like new-ish condition. How about presentable from 20 feet? Yep. Well, a few weeks ago I picked up this 1971 Chevy C10 that we call Bluey. Now when I shagged her up, she was missing her inner grille, which makes them look pretty bad. Well, you guys know by now that I'm not a guy that's going to go out and spend a lot of money on new parts if I don't have to. So I reached out to our local C10 club and said, hey, anybody got a functional 71 or 2 inner grille for one of these trucks? Now within a couple hours, one of my buddies, Tim, hollered at me and said, hey, I've got one, it's just in pretty rough shape. I said, oh well, I'll give it a try. Well, once I got it home and started looking at it, I noticed all these mounting tabs were snapped off, and I was like, dang it. But then I started thinking about it before I threw it away. Can I get one of these back to functional condition? So I ran out to the garage, put my Mr. Wizard cap on, and started testing. Well, if you guys aren't familiar with the 1971 or 72 inner grills, they were all the same. They had this honeycomb or egg crate design with a blue bow tie right in the middle. Now these things were pretty fragile because they didn't have much support behind them in case you ever hit a rock or a bird going down the roadway. Now what I found so far fiddling around with these inners is I needed something that was going to be really strong to fuse these tabs back onto the inner grille. Now the first thing that I tested was some plastic glue, and those worked pretty good except for once I put about 3 pounds of pressure on it, boom, the tab snapped off again. So I didn't really want to waste more time and money, and I was like, well, what's out there that's going to work? And then it hit me. What's been around for decades that's tried and true? And that's the old original JB Weld. Now this stuff is awesome because it's really strong, it's sandable, and paintable. Now I already went through and tested a few cracks and put a couple of the tabs back on, and so far so good. So let's keep going and see how it turns out. Now the first thing you want to do is go through and prep this inner grille. I'd start off washing it with soap and water and let it completely dry out before you add any glues or epoxies. Then you can go through and inspect any type of damage. Now some of these are just beyond repair if you're missing all the mounting tabs, but truly you only need a couple on the top and the bottom for it to mount to that outer grille. So the items that we're going to need for the repair is going to be an original kit of JB Weld, a mixing board for it, some clamps, sandpaper, paint, and I like to have a hot glue gun around. Well, if you guys have ever wondered how hard it is to shoot YouTube videos in a neighborhood without a shop, it's hard. You know, it's dogs barking or the geese or a neighbor stopping by going, what you doing? And now it's the city replacing all the water mains for the next 3 weeks. Perfect. Well, I had to move it indoors because it's dropped about 20 degrees in the last hour. Now the first thing you need to do is figure out where you want to start. Now with us, we've got several tabs to glue back on and several cracks to repair. Now you're not going to be able to get all these done at one time because these grills are very flexible, and you'll probably get one on and move to the next one and boom, it'll pop off. So now we're ready to start using the JB Weld, and if you're not familiar with this stuff, it is a cold weld epoxy that sticks to about anything and is extremely strong. So I think this is going to be our best bet working on this grill. Now if you guys know of better products out there that you think would work on one of these, we'll type it down in the old clickety-clack, that way we can all learn. So now everything's prepped and we're ready to go through and mix the JB Weld. So you need 50% of the white goo mixed with 50% of the black goo. What I do is just take the lid off, put me a quarter-size blob of each on the plate. Just don't mix them together on the tips of the bottle or it'll set up. I get me a screwdriver or some kind of mixing tool, mix those all together until it's a grayish color. And I like to apply it with a small pocket screwdriver because all these little tabs are pretty small and I can thin things out when I'm done. So now what I'm going to do is go through and get my JB Weld, get a little blob on the screwdriver and apply it to the areas that will be fusing back together with the grill. I'm just gonna smooth everything out. So now we can move on to the next one, and I'm gonna keep working my way around on the bottom row. We're gonna wait to do that top tab because we're just gonna have way too much flex in it today. So I was listening to the radio the other day, and they said that Tesla has now come out with their own new car fragrance. They call it Elon Musk. Not bad. Nope, that was terrible. Now we're gonna call it for today and let this dry all night long. Even though JB Weld only requires 4 to 6 hour setup time with a full cure at 24 hours, we're really gonna be bending and flexing on this tomorrow where that big crack goes across the front and trying to get this top tab on. So I'd rather be a little safe than sorry. So I let everything cure for 24 hours and all those tabs and small cracks are nice and firm. So I flipped the grill over and we need to address some of the problems that we're having on the front side. We're missing some pieces down here and we have this pretty substantial crack that goes through the first 3 rows and it's broken through from the front to back. Now I'm gonna have to probably use some vice grips to pinch this back together because those plastic squeeze clamps just don't provide enough pressure. And then down here at the bottom, I had one tab that I just couldn't connect to anything. So I actually shaved the ears off of it with a death wheel. And I'm gonna use this flat piece and stick it in the bottom row. Now it's not gonna be a perfect fit, but I think it's gonna look better than just having a void down there. So I've got me another batch of JB mixed up and I'm just gonna try to fill all of these big old voids with it. Don't worry about getting it all over the place. We can always wipe it down when we're done, but you just wanna try to fill as much as you possibly can into here. And then we can squeeze it back together. So I'm going to try to take some of this excess off. That way my clamps don't stick to it so bad. Kind of a mess, but it'll be worth it. So now we've got the big crack taken care of and we can move on to this small little bar piece that I'll be filling the bottom row in. Now I really don't have any way to secure this until the JB sets up because there's nowhere to put a clamp. Well, that's where that hot glue gun comes in handy. I'm just gonna smear some JB on the sides of this and the bottom row of the grill, put it where I want it, then I can take that hot glue gun, put a couple dabs in the corner, and it's gonna dry quick. It'll hold it in place until the JB dries overnight. I mean, sometimes I act like I know what I'm doing here, but I don't. Just make stuff up. So now we've gone through and got all the tabs fused back on, all the cracks filled with the JB. I let it set up for about 30 hours. I gotta say, this is extremely strong. You can just see all the repairs that we had to make across this inner grill. Now this would be probably the most extreme example of one that I would try to fix, but since I had all the pieces, I wanted to show you what you can do. Now the next step is gonna go through and grab some sandpaper. I'm gonna use 150 grit and try to level out any of this JB where there's high spots or where I wasn't really careful. Once we get that done, we can move to paint. So I've got the grill sanded down, blew all the dust off, and we're ready to move to paint. Now here you've got several options. Originally, Chevy would have painted this inner argent silver, and that's a color that they use throughout these trucks. Now they still make it. You can go to any paint store, they can mix you up a quart, but it's pretty expensive. Well, if you've watched my previous video on how to restore GM truck rally wheels, that's also what they painted the wheels, was argent. So I've tested several different paints, and I've liked Krylon dual aluminum, code 1403. You can order this from O'Reilly's, or VHT wheel paint in argent silver. Now they make this in Ford and Chevy. I've used both of them. I think it's the exact same color, they just label it differently, but these are both great paints. Today I'm going to choose to use the Krylon dual aluminum because it has less sheen than the VHT, and that's going to give me more of the original look of what Chevy would have done in 1971 or 72. So let's go through, put a couple coats on, and see how it turns out. Well, after 3 coats of paint, check it out. This thing turned out way better. I mean, way better than even I thought it was going to when we got started. Well, I know there's several guys out there asking, Chad, why do you waste so much time working on complete junk? And that's a great question, and I'll tell you why. I could go out and buy a brand new inner grill. They run about $100 plus tax and shipping, but that's $100 plus tax and shipping that I don't have. Truly, I just needed something I could shove into old Bluey so I can part her out or sell her. Now, the main reason I started this channel was to encourage fathers and kiddos and guys on really tight budgets like myself to keep turning wrenches on these old trucks. And a lot of times the only way we can do that is to spread $1 as far as we possibly can. Now, truly, I was able to go through for less than $15 in about 2 hours of my time and take this completely junked out, broken inner grill, and I made it into a pretty decent daily driver. Now, if you guys know of better ways to fix one of these things up, type it down in the old clickety-clack, and while you're there, hit that like button and subscribe. Now, the next thing we need to do is just grab the grill, and hopefully it doesn't completely disintegrate when we shove it back into Bluey and see how it turns out. Well, I got the grill back in without cracking or breaking anything, and it turned out awesome. JB Weld for the win. Well, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.